see. Hey everybody, it's Dimple Wizard. One moment, I'm simply grabbing the background music so that'll be nice and cozy in the background. There's so much to talk about today. So much. So many exciting things. Whoop, that's loud. Perfect. Maybe it's still loud, but there we go. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. It is I, Dimple Wizard. If you're watching the VOD, howdy do there. Yes, I did say howdy do there. Because everybody says howdy do there, obviously. Come on. It's a very exciting day. I had a very nice day. The sun was shining. The squirrels were eating acorns. It was great. But most importantly of all, 1,000 Pound Sisters Season 4 began today. It is truly a momentous occasion. One that I'm so glad to be sharing with Isabelle here. And so for today's announcements, ooh, we've got a visitor at the campsite. Bye, Isabelle! I love her. I love her so much. But guys, this is more than just your regular stream in terms of playing Animal Crossing and what have you. This is an occasion. Oh, yeah, I got a little present from Whitney. Cute. Guys, if you were here last week when we played Animal Crossing, you may recall we talked about possibly redoing the entire town. And I debated it over the weekend. I thought a lot about it. And if you read the title, you'll know that we're gonna redo the whole town, alright? I was very frustrated by the rock garden. And I was like, you know what? I want to do something different anyway. That's what I'm just gonna tell myself to make myself feel better. Ooh. I'm wearing this. This is very cute. But as you can imagine, yeah, last week was kind of rough. I had a little rock meltdown. Because I just really badly wanted to have the rock garden just work. Was that too much to ask? Yes, it was. It was too much to ask. It just was. So, this is a very cute outfit. Ooh, cute. I love little display stands today. But yeah, today is going to be, I don't know if it'll be like a longer stream than normal, but we're going to be talking in great detail about how I want to reorganize the town. And what am I thinking so far? Well, I'm actually not sure. This is what bamboozled me. Wait a second. Yeah, we got 2 rocks last time. So yeah, these rocks never came in. That's just life. Got some weeds there, but we didn't get the rocks. So we'll just sort of let that be. If the rocks grow there, then they do. But it doesn't really matter at this point because, oh my god, look at them. So precious. Oh wait. Little note. It's gonna be Savannah's birthday on the 25th. Amanda's the other account on this. And it's gonna be my birthday on the 21st. So hooray! I'm so excited. Yeah, it's a lot of birthdays in January, it seems. Hi Electron. So yeah, in this stream we're gonna be talking about what's gonna happen to the town. There's so many like elements I want to go over, and we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna try to figure out what's like the best way we can sort of go about designing it. Good news, I got my old art tablet working. Hey, there you go. Ooh, a little drum. I'm buying it. I'll take it. Ooh, the little drink here. I buy it. Did you just need to like recharge it or something, Electron, or was it like a bigger kind of deal? Ooh. But yeah, there's a lot going into today. So don't mind me, but we're gonna take a little gander at the map. Still slow as ever, and Iva's paint crashes every time I close the canvas, but it works. Hey, that's better than nothing. Ooh, I can go to the campsite while we sort of walk through the town and take a gander at what are some elements I want to keep. There are a few big, like, landmarks that I want to keep, but at this moment in time, I do not know how everything's gonna go. I just know that everything's gonna change and be shifted around. Some elements will be carried over, some will be lost, but it's gonna be better. Like, first of all, this. I don't like that it's there. This either has to come forward or something, I don't know. Of course I want all the bridges there and everything. You know, I want all of that stuff to stay the same. Don't talk to Wally, we're not dealing with that today. No siree. It needs to do a hard reset. Not a factory reset, but a hard reset that signed me out of Google for a moment and stuff. Yeah, tech is weird. Sometimes it feels like, you know, there's supposed to be like a way things are supposed to go about, and then sometimes it's like, no. I like the little detail of snow on top of the tent. Yeah, I don't know. I'm bad at technology. I still have not fixed the thing. Oh, it's this man. It's Jeremiah. It's a bunch of fun camping on this island. The air smells good like food. I want to bite it knee deep. Look at this little man. Guys, look at him. This little frog. Look, he's even doing good. Ooh, I love him. I don't have pants on. Oh no. Ah! It had so many updates that had been installed that just locked up. That's weird. I'm gonna run back to my house and put some pants on, and we're gonna talk about how is this gonna go? What are we gonna do? And we're gonna make some important decisions, like how much do you guys want to actually watch? Do you want to see like every single step of the process? Or do you want to just sort of like get an update on the process like every week or something? Because that's something I gotta consider. Because if you guys don't want to see it, like every single like little thing I do, then that's gonna, you know, impact stuff. So I will say this, if you're watching the VOD right now, your opinion matters to me as well. Please put in like the comment section down below if you want to see like every single aspect of like every single little change. If you want me to record the whole process, this might result in sort of kind of more streams, I'm guessing, or the streaming schedule just kind of being wacky. I will definitely probably stream this tomorrow then, if you want to see like everything. But if you just are kind of not into the Animal Crossing content and you'd rather have me keep up the schedule that I have going right now, it's sort of like, Mondays I do art streams, Tuesdays are Switch games, and especially right now, Animal Crossing. Wednesdays and Thursdays are multiplayer games like Raft. That series seems to be popular. I think you guys like that one, so we'll keep that going. But of course, tomorrow is a bit of a wacky day. Caretaker Egg shan't be here, so I will be on my own. I can stream Animal Crossing on the days that are kind of loosey-goosey, but we'll talk about that in a second. Fridays, I do a just chatting stream, but from there we can turn that into an Animal Crossing stream. But I like to focus on you guys getting to know me and building like an audience connection sort of deal. You know, I want you guys to ask questions. I want to get to know my audience too. Maybe we could do something fun with that, like do a game or something together. I don't know. And And then Saturdays are kind of up for debate. I wanted to use those for like trendy games sort of thing. Like if there's a game that just came out and everybody wants to see me play it, or something along those lines, or everybody's playing it right then I can hop on the bandwagon on Saturdays, you know? Let's see. I do like the current schedule, but I could take notes on how you decorate your island and stuff if you stream the whole process. Yeah. But what I could also do, like, in a way, I sort of have, like, Fridays and Saturdays, like, free. So what I could do is, if you wanted, I could do Animal Crossing on those days too, as I, like, especially as I, like, take down my whole town and everything like that. So yeah, let's see. Electron here says that I think they would like to see me do it. But yeah, you're not very good at decorating. It's just play the game, you know? Like, just have fun and play the game, experiment with stuff. That's how you get good at it, you know? But I want to now talk about, like, some ideas I'm having. So if we take a gander at my map, there's a lot going on. Let's see if I can... So, like, kind of around, like, so kind of like this area is like what I would imagine is like the main street, right? I'm thinking, let's overhaul this, turn it into more of like a business complex sort of style. I'm thinking the vibe should be like tiny town. I want there to be like little secret pathways and stuff. I want to see like I have over 500 hours in this game. I've been playing it under my, I guess I only have 435. That's still you know, like no matter how many hours you spend in it, it just takes, you know, trying new ideas and different styles and stuff to really get a hang of it. I have like some things that I've learned, but I'm nowhere near the best decorator. My island's definitely a mess right now with all the stuff strewn about and trying to make it so the rocks spawn in the right places and everything. Splatoon 3 on the other hand, I'm over here 620 plus hours and it's been out for like 5 months. Let me see how many hours I've spent on this. And remember, you guys can always add me on— oh. 875 hours. 310 on Super Smash Bros. 505 hours on Breath of the Wild. Okay. Wow. I wonder if we'll get to 1,000 hours this year. We're gonna get to 1,000 hours this year. Oh golly. But yeah. So here's what I'm thinking. Some elements that I want to like have carried over. I want like big waterfall and then like a big lake kind of design. I sort of have like a little lake design like near the top, like if we look by the campsite. But I feel like there's just something not right about it, you know? And then like I have like this little residential area, like I have 2 different residential sort of spots. So I have like this weird little little circle spot. It's not very well planned out. I wanted to have like something like a little natural section or something. It's not really panning out too good. And then I have like the Agnes, Bob, and Rocco kind of center down here, where it's like they all have very similar houses and things. They have like a backyard, but it kind of feels like limited for them, you know? Like I think it's very cute, but it's also just like they're very stuck, they're very samey. Rocco, but Rocco's a rock. Okay. Yeah, little Rocco, he's a nice lad. There's also the issue of my house. I like my little nook. I like my little mini waterfall. I like my little a diagonal bridge. But I feel like my house is kind of missing something. And like I said, guys, the whole island's changing. Everything you see here right now, everything's gonna be terraformed. Every single house and building will be moved onto the beach, and everything will be like rethought out. This is gonna cost me millions of bells, but it's okay. It's a seaplane. This is intended to be like a multi-stream project. I almost said multi-month. I hope it doesn't take that long. I hope it's like maybe 4 streams, maybe 5. Like if I did it once a week. I wouldn't want to be doing like everything over with such slowness, but also there's a chance that this could go on for months depending on how detailed I want to get. But we'll see. We'll see. Poppy has a very cute area at the top left. It's probably like the most Instagram aesthetic section. I have like a little bit of bamboo up there. I have like a nice water feature where there's like waterfalls and flowers everywhere. It's beautiful. That's like Poppy's little woods. Like this whole area by Poppy is like woodsy and stuff. And I think it's great. But I also think there's like some wasted space. Like I have like this rose mountain and it's really cool. But it's also just like I could use vines now instead of staircases. So might redo it. There's also the issue of my bamboo garden, which is in like the bottom left. There's nothing really down there that I can like hook onto. It's just bad. What's my favorite KK song in Animal Crossing? Probably I'm between Bubblegum KK and Stale Cupcakes. Those are like such basic answers, I know. But I like them. In terms of like the new song, I have to see. I think it's called Farewell. It sounds a lot like Stale Cupcakes actually. I love this one. I also love KK Cafe or Cafe KK. I love Animal City. I love Forest Life. Like, honestly, it's harder to find a KK song I don't like than a KK song I do. Like, all of these songs have some sort of meaning to me. I also love KK Lament. I like that one, but you know what? I can play the birthday song. It's that time of year for me. Oh, darn it. It's Blanche though! I'll take Blanche. She's allowed. Welcome! Thank you so much, very much for having me, Piki. I'm glad to see her. You see, I believe an unexpected visit can be refreshing now and then. I wonder if she has a cherry for me. Oh my god, I'm telling you guys, every single villager here is hard-pressed to give you maybe like the secondary fruit. Maybe there's like some sort of like random chance at this, but I swear, 8 times out of 10, I get a cherry from these guys. You will hear me say it every time a villager comes to my house. Will they give me a cherry? You cannot tell me that does not happen like 8 times out of 10. The gourmand, and you will love it. You always get pears? Yeah, there must be some sort of thing with that. I wonder, would you like to play a little game with me? Well, it's high card and low card. Woo! Alright, it's probably gonna be a high card. Higher! Hey! I did! Basic probability. I love Blanche. Here. We can have the lights on just for you. We'll splurge on our electric bill this month. But yeah. There's a lot to consider, in terms of like this new design. Like, I want the entrance to be something kind of interesting and flashy, but I also know like there are some things I can't move. The first thing being the residential services. I like that it's there, but I also don't at the same time. But I just simply can't change it. What I kind of wanted to have was like this market sort of street, like this main street that everybody goes to. It's the main drag, everything's there. I also want to have a farm. Do you plan on making another VTuber model? I want to, but I have to kind of wait until I get some, you know, money for that. But right now I'm just working on redesigning my character. I actually focused on drawing her a little bit today. We're getting really close to like the final design, but I think what you guys saw yesterday is pretty close to it. I'm really excited. But we'll see. That's the type of stuff that's like months down the line. Well, maybe not months, but like that's gonna take a few weeks to even start thinking about like making a model of that, you know? I am not a very rich person. So I will try my best. Like maybe I'll even just teach myself how to make models and stuff, and maybe that's something I could do. I don't know. But I do have something exciting to share. I'm going to be working on a commission in an upcoming stream, so stay tuned for that. I know, I'm so excited. I'm getting commissioned. I'm very excited about this. So yeah, we're in the very early stages. Like we're literally just talking about making sketches. Maybe I'll ask the person who's like commissioning me if they want to be on stream with me and like watch me draw live. I don't know. We'll see. That might not happen. Again, it depends on the person. And also, like, I don't know when they'll be going to bed, so yeah. It's not Caretaker Egg, but it's another person that, like, does not live in my country. I never understood why it costs money to do things yourself. Like, I understand paying other people to do things for you, but like, if you're making a game yourself, making your models and stuff, why does that cost money? Oh, I'm not saying that, like, making my models won't cost, or my models will cost money if I make it myself, you know? But sometimes it's just about, like, the program that you're using, or maybe the materials you're using. There are people out there that have to make the components for that. Maybe taking a class on it might cost money, I don't know. I've always been a bit of a self-teacher. I taught myself animation. I've taught myself how to draw. I've taught myself, you know, pretty much a lot of things. Like even at school, I take a lot of online classes just so that I can kind of be in control of not my curriculum, but in terms of like my working and learning schedule. I just feel like I can do it on my own to a degree. And that's not necessarily the best thing ever, but it's what I do and it works okay for me. But I'm learning over time to rely on people a bit more. And in terms of like my previous model, that was entirely because of my friend. But I would love to learn how to do that. I'd love to make stuff like that for people, if I knew how to do it. I want to make stuff like that for myself too. I love being very like hands-on. And that's why like in my town, I don't think there are any designs that I've used from other people. Maybe there's like a few outfits that I've like taken like maybe as I've visited a place and took a design so I could wear it as like kind of like a memento. But like I haven't even made like the custom outfits yet for my thing. I have a lot of custom outfits I can actually show you. Oh, I'm sorry, Blanche. Bye! Very sweet. So let's see. I can show you some of my little designs. I also have like designs of friends on here. So this is like a little outfit I've made because I wanted to have like a mayoral outfit. I feel like I could do better nowadays. Like I made these very early in the beginning. Let's see. This one's a little silly, but I still appreciate it for what it is. You know, I never actually wore this in the snow. I guess I'll go walk around outside with it since it's snowing. But back in like New Leaf, oh my gosh, I spent a lot of time working on the outfits there. Very cute. I also just love like the dresses in this game. Very pretty. And what I can even also do, I have funny names for stuff. It's not that great, but it's mine. I even have, this one's very sweet. I love like Dirndl designs, so I tried to make myself like a Dirndl in the game. This one's probably the best of the ones I have. But it's still like not exactly. I don't know, let's see what this one's like. Wedding. Oh yeah, one of my friends got married in the game and I don't know. I made a wedding outfit. Yay. Pan! But let's head back inside the warm house and everything and talk about the plans. Let's see. Oh, that's the wrong thing. So yeah, there are a few things I want to like make sure to have in the upcoming redesign. So one of the big things is I want to have like a little farm. In a much older design of this town, I had it where like my house was like above the farm, and I really like that design, and maybe I'll use that again. Splatoon is getting an update today, and man, it is hard waiting for the update to drop. What's in the update? Don't mind me. And I'm dead. I lived. But yeah, I'm thinking like maybe like an overtop, like maybe like a farm and then my house above it with like a little waterfall would be cute again. But I don't know, I feel like I kind of have to figure out where everything else goes. Because another big thing is like the pond, the river. I remember when I first got this game, my wish was to have like everything like being like kind of a water canal sort of vibe. Like yeah, I think I'm gonna feel. Hold on, I need to like fact check this moment. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Water streets. Okay. I was right. I just didn't want to be wrong. But, like Venice. You know, like that kind of vibe. All of, like, the water streets and everything. But, like the water wouldn't be, like, very big. It'd be, like, 1 or 2 blocks, like, thick, like, for, like, the little things. But I wanted, like, everything to be connected. But I also wanted, like, a big lake. Where I grew up, I lived very close to like one of the Great Lakes, you know? Let's see. Okay. Just some bug fixes, nerfs, and buffs. The splatter shot Nova's getting a buff, which should theoretically actually make it semi-okay. The dynamo's getting a buff, alright. What if you try to draw a layout of your town first? That is actually where I was kind of leading up to. But I need to... Let me get like a little drawing app or something. On screen so I can kind of show it off. Let's see. Draw. Let's try draw. Let's see if this works. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to share this screen capture. Hold on. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sketchpad. Okay. Ah. No. Okay. Oh, alright, that works out pretty okay. Whomp. Let's have it like this. Alright, so give me a second, gamers. There we go. Alright. So things. Alright, that's weird. Things to keep. Lovely. Okay. This is a very weird pencil. Oh, okay. Awesome. I want a farm? Gosh, I cannot draw with this farm. Okay. Lake? I want a pond. And I want that pond to be in a heart shape. Let's see, what else do I want? Honestly, everything else is kind of there. Oh. Rock garden. Let's see. What else would work well? And also, I'm so sorry for the handwriting. It's kind of bad, but it's not really handwriting. It's more like mouse writing. So yeah, from that so far, here, let's see. Oh, we want to have like the waterfall. So we'll do waterfall. Let's see. And then honestly, everything's kind of up for debate. Oh, but I want like a sneaky path. Sneaky path. And that's my little, or you can't see it, and then I drew like a little fox because if you look at my current like little town, you'll see that like by Poppy's house there's like an indented spot, like the darker green means it's lower down, and that's like a little valley. Now, in terms of what I want to do for the houses, that's kind of up for debate. And I feel like these paths on the side of like the, you know, like the paths on the side of the like the whole island, they're too tiny to like be useful for anything. So what I'm thinking is, like, we have a water source for like everything, you know? But what can we sort of do about this? So I'm thinking, so if we like take a gander at what we've got, we have a lot to work with. The canvas is basically blank. But there's some things that simply cannot be changed. Like, for example, where like the airport, the dock, where Red's boat will spawn, and that little bump over the sand, and also where the town hall is. None of that stuff can be moved, which is such a shame, but also I guess understandable. Like it's so weird. The game offers so much customization, except for like some really weird stuff. And something like the residential services, I feel like there should be something like fixed about that, you know? So here's what I'm thinking. The top left zone. It's very pretty. In fact, I'd say it's gorgeous. What if instead of having like two giant lakes that take up a lot of space, we take the tree foresty design of like the top and kind of mix it with the bottom? What if on the left side we just had like this giant lake with a big flower meadow? And that would lead like into the big river on the left. Do you plan on playing Splatoon again when Season 3 comes out? I'm eventually going to play Splatoon again. I'm just not sure when yet. Right now I'm just sort of focused on getting Animal Crossing to a nice spot. It's something I'm very passionate about. I was a very big fan of Animal Crossing New Leaf, and I have a lot of gripes with Horizons. And I think one of these days I'll do like a whole stream where I just talk about the game and kind of criticize it. You know what I might do? I might turn like Saturday or maybe Friday, because it's a just chatting, into a day where I talk about my opinions on stuff. Talk about like maybe like current events. I could talk about game stuff, game news. I could talk about opinions on games and things like that, because it is sort of an AMA sort of day. So I might do something like that. I'm basically trying to hit a very wide variety of I'm hitting a wide variety of content, you know? So we'll see. Eventually there will be a point where I'll see like what things are people enjoying on stream and what things people aren't really caring for from me. And over time it'll weed out to being like the best of the best. But right now we're in like a stage of just sort of trying everything, and if people don't like the Animal Crossing content, then it won't happen anymore, you know? So if you really like Animal Crossing stuff, I'd say watch the VODs, comment, and stuff like that. You gotta tell me what you'd like to see, you know? I will continue to provide Raft, as people really like that. And people, I think, really enjoy the AMA type of content and the art streams. But I know that Animal Crossing, I don't think it's my most popular one. So we'll see what happens with that. I might try other Switch games and seeing if that works better too. But with that out of the way, so first what I'm going to say is like what I have to work with is, let's see, 2, 4, 6. I think I have like 8 bridges I can work with. And then in terms of staircases, I have 2, 4, 6 minimum. Server maintenance from at 8 p.m. Okay. Lovely. So I guess we have a timer on this. But at the very least, we could just take a gander at this right now. We can think about it together. Huh, I just got that for playing for Splatoon 3. Huh, wacky. But let's see. So there are some characters that I want to have like sort of isolated and on their own. Not because they're not friendly, but because I have like specific ideas in my head for them. For example, Blanche and Whitney, they want to live like sort of high up in the sky, right? They want to be like at tops of mountains and cliffs. So, like Whitney right now, she's at this sort of weird spot, and it's like just like this random little bump. I feel like it has to be a little bit more natural, you know? Like right now I kind of have like this sort of cascading down style, whereas the highest points are at the top of the island and the lowest points are at just the very bottom. And I feel like while that's, you know, I think it looks cute on the map and I think it's a cute idea, especially with all the waterfalls and things. I don't know. Not really feeling it now. I'd also like to say that like the current like right above the shop, that's where the farm is. It's just kind of sitting there just to sit there. I just wanted to have access to all the fruits, but it's not even a pretty farm anymore, you know? There's a lot of wasted space, I feel. Like this bamboo forest I kind of have in the bottom left corner of my map, I think it's a really great concept, but it just might not fit. What I could potentially do is combine the bamboo garden with like the rock garden and turn that into something special. I want like a spectacular kind of rock garden, you know? So I'll have to think about that. Like, the big question is like, what I have to think like around the residential services, you know, in terms of like what is on the island that I can't fix. And then we also have to think about like how's the water gonna look, you know? And I talked about like wanting to do like kind of a Venice sort of style, or at least like inspired kind of deal. So here, if I go to Animal Crossing New Horizons, you have to scroll down a bit. I have a lot of stuff screenshotted. Been playing for over 800 hours. You know, I guess at this point I might have like a few things. But I used to have like this very cutesy design for like the shopping center. So let's see if I can find that. Oh. This is what I used to have. I think it was a cute concept. I mean, I had like a forest somewhere. It was kind of at the same spot. Like, this is what I'm thinking about, you know? I need it to be traversable for the animals. But I also want it to be pretty, you know? What is your first screenshot on your Switch? It's just like a Breath of the Wild picture. I have so many screenshots, it would take way too long to go to the bottom of everything. I've had the forest for a very long time. This was a very cool concept. I love the, you know, like having the cascading waterfall with all the houses like on side to side. I might bring that back somehow. She's just hanging out by my rock garden. Let me see if I can find like a picture of the rock garden so you can have like a better idea of what I'm thinking of doing. There's just such a... I know for a fact there's a better way to incorporate my ideas, like here. You can kind of see in there like what my rock garden was initially, with all the waterfalls around it and everything. I like that little valley sort of like... It was like a meteor strike or something, you know? I think that was a really cool concept. I'm sort of sad that it's gone. Caretaker came to my island. He's adorable. I also used to have like this little picnic island and everything. It was very cute. I had like a little dining spot. It was cool. And then like this was like the top of like my island at one point. Like it was like a little mini lake with like little houses up there and everything. But now it's just like, I don't know. Like this was such a cute concept, and I'm kind of mad at myself for getting rid of that, you know, sort of expression. Here we go. This was my rock garden before. It took up a lot of space, I'll tell you what. That's why I had to move it. It was in a bad spot. But maybe I could like do something with that. I also want to keep like this sort of thing. I love having like this little tree area. I think that'll always stay the same. But you can kind of see, like, I've always been sort of near what I wanted, but I never totally had it. And then this staircase, like, I think it's kind of still there. It's not fantastic. But I know for the time, it was sort of the best I could do. I also want to have, like, diagonal bridges where I can, because I think they're really pretty. Let's see. Oh, look at everybody. Oh god. Cute. Just sitting there menacingly. Yeah, I used to have like this little island idea where like some characters would be on an island where like Blanche was at the top, right? And then Maple was at the bottom because like she, you know, like would live in a cave, right? And then Lolly was sort of there too. Just because I was thinking like, you know, cat or something. Like cats like to climb on stuff. Maybe I could kind of bring that back, but that also took a lot of space. Like that's the thing. Like I feel like even though it's like the biggest Animal Crossing island, right? I still feel like I'm running out of space, you know, for all my ideas. Because I want things to look good, you know? Like, I don't know, for a while I had like a really good thing going for a bit. With like the rock garden and everything. But now it's like I'm at a point where things are kind of a mess everywhere. I kind of just have to go from square one and restart. This was also what I had at one point. I can't believe this. This was a cool idea. I wanted to have like little hopping across sort of thing. But then it was just like, it's too impractical and it didn't look as good and it took up a lot of space, you know. And like this was the top. I felt like this looks way too empty. So I added like the trees at the top, you know. Made it into a forest. Thought it was cool. I still think it's cool. And also like the heart park has kind of always stayed in the same spot, which I think is good. But I want to move it. I want to have something cool going on. This used to be like how I would go towards like Reds, but then I realized I feel bad without having like the water there or something, but I just couldn't get it to work right, you know? So much goes into like the thought and design. Like this also is so cool because I had like a moat around stuff. You know, I thought it's so cool, but it feels kind of tricky to implement to a degree. Gosh, I documented everything. I wish we could put bridges over gaps in terrain. Yes, that would be such a good idea, and I think it would just really elevate the design of the game. This was also an interesting concept I had, was like, you know, there was so much water, but it was cool, but it just was, you know, it was a little too much. I don't know, it's like, I want there to be a lot of water, but I also want to be able to like have my villagers freely like traverse everything. This was cool. I had like this little central island that like bridged off and collected like, you know, it was where everybody would go, you know? And, like here, you can kind of see like the bottom left was the school. The top right up here, that was like the little villager island. Oh gosh, I left it. Am I gonna have to like find everything again? Darn it! But that was a really good idea. Imagine, like, if you could put, like, bridges over gaps in terrain, that would be the best. That would be the coolest looking stuff. I'm also sorry if the noise is annoying. We're almost back to where we were. Ah! But I don't know, I'm thinking about it. There's a lot to go that can, you know, the possibilities are literally endless, and I'm just not sure what to do. Because I also want to like decorate my island with, you know, furniture items and stuff like that, you know? Decorate it, make it pretty, make it lived in. I want it to be like a town with all sorts of things, but I also want it to, you know, have like its own like select style. This used to be my upstairs, by the way. It's very cute. Yeah, here you can kind of see like the little bridge design. Yeah. So now we're back at the spot. It was just cool. But at the same time, it felt like so unnatural with like everything being like perfectly straight rivers, you know? I feel like I have to kind of make sure that things stay kind of natural, but also like have a little bit of form to them at the same time, and it's really hard to balance that properly. But like here you can really see like I really wanted to go for something like this, because the first thing was here I have like the shops, and then like a step ladder up, and there's like some residential buildings, and like you can see how I kind of sort of kept that, you know, in the actual my current island right now. We have Rocco, Agnes, and Bob all living like right next to each other. They're kind of even in like near the same spot, just lower down a level. I feel like I want my town to be a lot more full of cliffs and maybe waterfalls. It's gonna be a lot of work, but it's gonna be really cool, I think, at the end of the day. This was also a really cool idea, but the problem with this was that there was so much water that I couldn't really enjoy the trees. I mean, hey, it was great to like look at the sky, but there's also like a level of like it's too much. And I kind of fixed that with the new lake, but I don't know. This idea was okay for the time, but I think I want to go back to like the bridge design. And I kind of still have that, which makes me happy, but it's still just kind of like, eh. And this was a problem too, because there was like this big old gap of space that I wanted to use for something, but it was too small for anything like cool looking, you know? I've tried so many times to like implement like a marketplace, and it's really hard to. I kind of sort of have one, but it just doesn't look that good right now. So we're definitely gonna overhaul that. I still want to have the marketplace, but I might have to like figure out a way I could kind of have it, but not let it be like I have to go for it, or I have to just do something else. And I feel like I might have a plan for that, like the more I'm looking back at these images. But I definitely I want to have something kind of like this rock garden again, just in a better spot. Like honestly, last time it was so perfect, but it was just too close to my house and I couldn't really have a farm. If I put that like right at like the middle, I could do like some sort of maybe like design around it where like there's like a big like maybe lake or something. Oh my gosh, and then that could kind of funnel out into like the rivers on the sides. Here, let me pull up like what I'm talking about for you guys to see what I'm thinking. Here. Okay. So we have like this, right? Like, so let's say that like right here, this is the rock garden. In this little spot, we have the rocks, and we'll just draw in like however many rocks there are, you know, whatever. Like that's all to be determined. We have waterfalls like kind of going down here, but like little spots that have like flowers on them. And then on the outside, it's kind of like a donut. And it can be like anything I want. I could have like some trees up here and things like that. But like from this spot, like this water here, it kind of goes out. And then like it sort of like down here's like the residential services, right? And this is where like my rivers naturally end. Like I can't change this. But do you kind of see what I mean? Like the water sort of flows like through the river. There's like the bridge over it. I think those bridges will always stay, honestly. The residential services stay like that. And that kind of gives me like all the rest of this area to sort of work with. Of course, like this is in size comparison, it's not right. But this also kind of leads into what I also want to do. I'm thinking up here and up here. Like this whole area up here is just like foresty and woods. We could like have like a couple houses, like maybe Poppy goes there. Someone else kind of goes here. Maybe like Whitney and Poppy kind of go up there. And then up here we have like cool little like intricate designs, right? Like the little flower spot that I have at the top left here. I can even show you what I'm talking about. Is that a Teletubby? No, it's not a Teletubby. Here. It's a horrible, horrible drawing. Hold on, let me get dressed into nice clothes. I'll even put on these pants, I guess. Alright, that good enough. Let's go. Of course I get an ad as soon as you answer my question. Actually, it's okay that you got it right now, because I'm just going to be taking you to the opposite side of the island. Oh! Aspen! Oh my god! Thank you for the resubscribing! You had a pretty place like you doing in a... What's a pretty place like you doing a thing like this? Thank you, Aspen. But yeah, so like you see this area that I kind of have going on? I do this, but at like both of the sides of the town. I just expand this idea. I make this cool thing, right? I do this at both sides of the thing. Both ends. My house is moved instead of on like the right side by the cliff, it's moved more on the inside. And I can also have my house like shared next to Caretaker Egg, or I could even have his house like maybe even be in like the opposite. So like kind of like, you know, we have our little spots, but we, you know, have to visit each other. That could be cool. Sort of like a long distance, like we actually do. And then, oh my gosh, Caretaker Egg could be in charge of the farm. He could incorporate that idea of having the giant like fruit forest beneath him. And like of course this area would need to be, it would have to be extended further forward. But there's good parts of this too, because I've always wanted to have it where like the shops like had like a bit of a back to it. I can actually show you how I incorporated that already just a little bit. This isn't the time for Pan Rights, Dim Dump. We gotta run. We gotta run and show off everything. So here. You go down here. Hello, Blanche. And you kind of have the current forest, like the little fruit farm, sort of being like here with Nook's Cranny kind of being stuck in this little cranny. I like this. I like this a lot. But there's a problem here. I like this little path that we kind of have going on, but it's not like full. And also we have this ugly display here. That's another thing that's difficult to work with, because I want to have like this little, you know, frozen section, like, you know, the kids come, they get a treat and go. I don't know. I also want to somehow better incorporate this. I hate that this is like right next to the lake. Like that's just a silly choice. But what isn't like a bad thing is this lake. But what if it's just like moved a little, right? If we look back at our silly little design here. I know, it's great. Rock garden in the middle, right? So like, say instead of having like this thing going on here, basically where that bridge is, we have the rocks kind of spawn. I want to keep like this whole design. I think this is great design, but I feel like I could better incorporate it somewhere else, you know? I mean, consider, if I'm doing, like at the top left over here, like this whole, hold on if I can actually get over there. This is a fun thing, just jumping over cliffs. If I can like incorporate this idea and somehow turn it into something that I can actually work with, that'd be cool. Hello, is my Twitch working now? Yes, it is good. Cool. But there's also the issue of like, how much room can I like afford? Well, honestly, I can afford all the room if I move everything. So we basically, like, this whole area I'm standing in is just used to be like this pretty little design. And we move Poppy like into another like little nook. And we could turn it into like a much bigger path, because I love this little path that leads to like Red's boat. Like, think of how cool that would be if it like snaked through the whole town. And it sort of just like started in like this weird little spot. I think that'd be really, really cool. And I could have like little things of water kind of going through it, like little waterfalls and stuff. Like, there's a lot of great ideas here. There really are. But it's just poorly executed, like, all of them are. Like, maybe there's some good things, like, from each of them, but it's not enough to, like, tie everything together, you know what I mean? So let's say, like, up here we have, like, you know, this whole thing is just, like, this beautiful sort of design, right? Then you kind of hop over here. It's still, like, design and water and stuff, but then where this big old empty lake is, and while I do like this, and you can kind of see where one of those old designs sort of comes back, while I do like this, we could kind of do this elsewhere, and I feel like this space would be much better used for like that really cool rock garden. And that also kind of eliminates, just ever so slightly, the kind of unspoken issue of like, forest end, just the end of the forest. I think this is like a great backdrop, but I want to draw the attention away from this, you know, very sharp, sudden cliff and turn it like into, well, look at this rock garden you can enter. That's so neato, you know? Again, Caretaker Egg is already sort of like a farmer down here, which I think is neat. But instead of just having like this one garden here, he could be in charge of like all of the fruit, you know, the whole town. And instead of just having the farm be like this little random thing that just kind of happened just so that I would have all the fruit, it could actually turn into something a little bit lore important, right? Because I also want to make a story with this town. So we're gonna try that. This whole idea is very cute, like this whole little circle sort of style. But it's not really cutting it right now, I won't lie. It's just not. So we'll see about that. We'll have to change that up a little bit. And again, this thing, super pretty, super cool, gonna redo that, just maybe not right there, you know? And then, like, again, this spot, this little nook, oh my god, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. But I could do probably better with something else. Use up this space, turn it into like the pretty design kind of section, right? And then kind of have my house like maybe where Caretaker Egg's house is right now, and have it sort of like hidden like within the valley, right? And then what I could also save is this nice little viewing spot I have right here. Because this would all just like be a pretty spot, you know? I could keep this. I like having my little nook where I look at the